Meet Ojo Taikan, a 24-year-old outfielder who has actually a lot of experience playing in the pros. What do I mean by that? Well, at the age of 17, he was actually in South Korea playing in the KBO. Interestingly enough, this kid was amazing for the Samsung Lions, but injuries really held him back. And now, 6 years later, he played his first pro season in the United States. So now he's got his chance at the show, and in the first game he showed out, and you saw that insane bat flip. He's got some flair to him, but can he put it all together in his rookie season and show the rest of the league that he is here to stay? We'll have to see. Welcome to the Indianapolis Arrows franchise here on MLB The Show 23. In the opener, we saw some very good newcomers come in and make impacts right away. And now we go home for our home opener, where we will pitch another rookie that we have, Todd Workman. You're going to see this probably the next 3 years. We're going to see a lot of rookies come up to the show and really try to make an impact. And I'm going to try a lot of guys in our lineups and our rotations out of the bullpen to really see who belongs at the MLB level. So here is Todd Workman, one of those rookies that we signed in the offseason. We'll see what he can do. There is Bubba Thompson with the fly ball to short center field. There's Ojo Taikan with the catch for the first out. Tavares walks, that brings up Nathaniel Lowe. Back-to-back Silver Sluggers. He hits one hard to right field. That one was a bullet right at Raimel Tapia for the second out of the inning. You can see we're moving a lot of guys around the field as well. Tapia playing right as that brings up Corey Seager. He walks. Marcus Semien hitting .478 comes to the plate. Men on first and second. He will swing and miss at an outside changeup. And we will get out of this first inning a couple of walks, but we got out of it. Bottom two, facing Dane Dunning on the mound for Texas. Here's Brandon Crawford, a deep fly ball to right field. The veteran off of the warning track and over the wall. It's a ground rule double. Good swing by Crawford. That brings up Francisco Mejia. Oh, this one's driven deep to center field, but this one will just be run down. But Brandon Crawford will tag up and move over to third base, bringing up you-know-who, the hottest hitter on the team so far, Ojo Taikan. He hits one to the left side. That one is going to be bobbled by the third baseman, thrown on the first, and Taikan has the speed to beat it out. The one thing I love about Ojo is that he hits the ball hard. Good things happen when you hit the ball hard. That is something you learn at the youth level, and it happens right there. He just legs that one out. He's got 80 speed too. It's 1-0 Arrows. Top three now. Here is Tavares back for his second AB of the game, and that one will be a liner into left field. And the Texans have a 2-out base runner. Nathaniel Lowe at the plate. This one will be swung on and missed, but a stolen base that time by Tavares. As Lowe continues to at bat. This is a hit up the middle. That one gets through. It's going to be Ojo with the throw home. Getting gun out. Tavares with 87 speed. Wow. A bang play at home, but Tavares is safe. You couldn't get much better than that throw right there. Just good speed on second. Corey Seager continue this inning, and he will swing and miss at the pitch right over the middle. So 1-1 game on to the bottom of the third inning. Here is Tapia at the plate. Oh, he hits one to left center. That one gets all the way to the wall. One thing I love about this park, when you hit it to the gap, it could be a triple every time. Tapia rounds second, and he will be safe at third. It is a triple here for Raimel Tapia, who was off to a really good start this year. Paulo Reyes to the plate now, hitting in that 3 spot. He struggled a little bit, but he hits it hard up the middle. That one gets through, and it's now 2-1 here for your Arrows. Seth Beer at the plate now, outside pitch, just a chopper to third. Easy ground ball for the Rangers. It's now 2-1. Marcus Semien back at the plate. He came into this game hitting above 400. This one barely sneaks over the wall, actually, but it's a home run. 375 for his third of the season, and it's a tie ball game here for the Texas Rangers. Tyler Workman came into this game actually a little bit gassed, and you can obviously see it. He's been missing the zone quite a bit. He's at pitch 76. I think we've seen enough from him. I wanted to get the hometown fans some love because I wanted to put a rookie in front of them, a guy that they can look forward to in the future. It was a pretty good outing from Workman. Obviously, he's got some development to do. Carlos Hernandez comes out of the bullpen now. Let's see what he can do. Facing Kevon Biggio. That one will be a strike 3. 2 outs now. Bubba Thompson. Little flare in the infield. And we do get out of this one as Ian Happ runs under that. Nelson Velasquez getting the start today in the outfield. Let's see what he can do. This is going to be a fly ball to right field. It gets down. It's a short fly ball. He's going to round first, head to second. The throw is perfect, but Nelson makes a great slide into the bag, and it's his first double of the season. Brandon Crawford already a hit today. This one's up the middle. That's going to score Velasquez 3-2 game, but why would you throw home on that one? Brandon Crawford gets to second easily, and it's still no outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Crawford really showing what he can do so far this season. Here's Francisco Mejia. Big time swing. That's gone. Mejia is looking really to show the world what he can do. I think, to be honest with you, Francisco Mejia could have been a guy that really could be one of the best catchers in the league. He really hasn't lived up to expectations, but we'll see what he can do with a new 2-year deal. If he ends up exceeding that, we may have had a bargain. Bottom 6 now. Here's Crawford again, making another hit today. He gets on with a double. Mejia, who already went deep before, he hits one well to left center. Look at this from Mejia. Hitting the ball extremely well today, and he has another RBI, make it 3 in the game, and he makes it 6-2. Now the Arrows like to play from ahead, or not even from ahead. What am I saying? From behind. But today we're playing ahead of the Rangers. That one's hit to the gap. That one will score 1. And Joe Taikan, his second hit of the ball game, and that is a triple. 7-2 here for the Arrows. And now D. Gordon comes up to the plate, and he just barely checks his swing, but he obviously went around. Ian Happ at the plate now. Oh, he turns on one deep to left field all the way to the wall, and it's going to be a ground rule double. Wow, 8-2 here for the Arrows. We have opened up on offense today. Now John King into pitch here for the Rangers, facing Tapia. Outside sinker. He gets him looking. But a nice, comfortable lead here for the Arrows on to the 9th inning. Here's Nathaniel Lowe, who had back-to-back Silver Sluggers here in the AL, and that one's hit to center field. It's going to clear the bases, and Lowe's going to get all the way to third base as he beats the throw right there from the cutoff man. It's 8-5, and the Rangers may be showing some life here in the top of the 9th inning. But that brings up Corey Seager, who has not gotten a hit today, as we go to the bullpen and bring in Matt Bush after that strikeout. Now men on the corners here. Adolis Garcia at the plate. He had a chance to tie it up with one swing. Not today. An 8-5 victory here from the Arrows. And Francisco Mejia with a big-time game today. 2 for 4, a double, a home run, 3 RBIs. I was worried about pitching against Nathaniel Lowe, so I wanted to make sure that we weren't getting guys on base. I was definitely worried when Workman started walking guys, but we end up with a big-time victory. So I want to take a look at our AAA level because there are a bunch of guys, especially in our middle infield, who shortstop. I wouldn't say middle infield, but shortstop that I like. Ray Gonzalez obviously is a shortstop. He could play every position pretty much. I don't know if he's projected to be a shortstop. It could be an eventual second baseman. We also have Piguero, who we just signed for or just traded for in the Jack Sawinski trade. He's been at the MLB level as well. And then we have Steven Benitez, who we drafted in the 3rd round of our first draft. And I want to see which one of those guys will really, pop this year in the minors. Peguero right now has the favor because he is obviously at the MLB level, but we'll see what happens here in this game. Giancarlo Esposito, who is one of our top pitching prospects on the mound here at AAA Omaha Storm Chasers, he gives up a hit right here, and now it's bases loaded, 1 out. We'll see if he can get out of this one. Ground ball up the middle. That one's fielded by Benitez. Thrown home, but it cannot be a double play. The runner does beat the throw from the catcher. And now it is 2 outs. Landon Stevens at the plate. Outside changeup, and we will walk in a run. So it is 1-0 here for our AAA Storm Chasers. We're down 1. Ross John at the plate. Ground ball to Benitez. You get to see 2 defensive plays from him today in this first inning. And he throws on to second base. So here is Steven Benitez, shortstop for the Miami Hurricanes a season ago. He turns on one and hits this one a mile in the air, and that's going to be caught. Benitez has a lot of power for a shortstop. He's in the 60s right now, which is actually really, really good. I can't wait to see what he turns into. Another guy we're looking at here, the AAA level, is Connor Wiegman. He came into season 1 as our top prospect, and now he's at number 2 behind Ray Gonzalez. So he grounds out on his first AB, and this one he hits square to right center. That one will be a single for him for the first hit of the day. I'm going to have Wiegman pretty much at AAA most of the season. If he starts to tear it up, he could get called up early, but I'm not sure if that will happen. Here is Pat Washington to the plate. He hits one well to left center. That one knocks off of the wall. I have no idea why Connor Wiegman didn't run right away. We even told him to. He went back to the bag, but it's an RBI double here from Pat Washington, another outfielder who really has fluctuated between the MLB level and the AAA level. Alex Matheny gets walked, and that will load up the bases, and it looks like the manager for the opposing team will come out. And we'll see what happens here if the AAA Storm Chasers can put together some runs. That brings up Tyrone Johnson, a big power hitter in our organization. He gets one right over the middle. Wow, how did he miss this one? He was just late on the timing, but that one should have been crushed to right center. Instead, they get out of the inning. Alex Tavares up in the bottom of the 7th. That's a pitch right over the middle. He does not miss, and that one is gone. So that brings it to within a 1-run game here for Omaha. And now we go to Steven Benitez at the plate. He swings and misses at an outside changeup. A little bit of angst at the plate with him. I really want him to do well, to be honest. I thought he was a really good draft pick at the time. Connor Wiegman back to the plate. Oh, this one's square deep to center field, over the center fielder's head. It gets to the wall, and Connor Wiegman has a multi-hit game. So perfect opportunity to score a run here with 1 out with the man on second base. Martin Cervenka comes to the plate, the catcher, but it's just a fly ball with 2 outs. And the Storm Chasers still down by 1. On to the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's Alex Matheny, a promising young center fielder in the organization. He hit really well at AA. He's at AAA this year. He gets walked. Tyrone Johnson back to the plate on 0 for 3 days so far. He turns on one deep to left field. That's gone. I should really say left center, but that thing was smoked. Johnson has unbelievable power. Like the power that he possesses, if he can just make solid contact a lot more, he will definitely get a call up sooner rather than later. The thing is, he just strikes out a ton, but when he hits the ball, it's hit hard. On to the top of the 9th inning, now up by 1. Here is Willie Feliz, who we were thinking about drafting with our pick last year. He checks his swing, and that is strike 3. So our AAA Omaha Storm Chasers get the win today. A nice 4-3 victory off of the 2-run home run in the 8th inning from Tyrone Johnson. And we saw a couple of hits from Connor Wiegman. I'm happy to see that as well. So at the AA level, I never showed you guys the complete roster. There were a couple of guys I did not include in that video last episode. And one guy I did leave out is Maverick McMacklin, a center fielder who is 64 overall. He's a guy to look out for. We're definitely going to play some AA games this year because there are some guys I really, really like in the organization, but also AAA. We're going to see just a lot more of our minor league system here in season number 2. But today, I want to show you guys, we did upload the parks here, the ballparks, to our franchise. So Arvis Ballpark will be assigned to our AAA Storm Chasers. Then Werner Field will be assigned to our AA team. So we get some big news here towards the end of the episode. The draft lottery happens and we end up with the number 1 pick in the draft. I wanted to show you guys this. I wanted to show you guys probably next episode, but I couldn't hold myself. This is amazing. I think there was pressure with being a number 1 pick, though. I would much rather have a number 2 pick because now you have every guy at your disposal, but you got to find the right guy with the number 1 pick. So our first 3 guys we're really going to look at, we have no film on these guys yet, but we're going to go and scout them and see what they are about. Alfonso Cortez is, in my opinion, one of the best prep pitchers. He is 18 years old. We'll see what he can do at the Perfect Game Showcase. Another 18-year-old, because we want to find a generational prospect here, Greg Olson, a guy that has high upside with his contact and power versus left, and he's also a pretty decent fielder, and he can also kind of run for a third baseman in the future. He's got 84 speed potential. And then there's Douglas Shibuya. Now, I don't know if it's Shibuya or I don't know how you say it, but the contact is a definite draw with the vision and discipline. He could be an excellent hitter. He kind of looks like Ray Gonzalez did last year, but if I can pick up 2 Ray Gonzalez's, that would be amazing. So we're going to see some film on those guys next episode, but I am excited to have the number 1 pick in this year's draft. I want to highlight a guy that I want to really have a good career with, and that's Jack Sawinski. Obviously, we just traded for him. It's very, very early in his Arrows career, but right now he is struggling, hitting 111. I expect that to turn around after back-to-back 19 home run seasons, but Sawinski's got amazing power from the right side of the plate. I don't expect him to keep struggling, but we're not doing him any favors swinging at that pitch, to be honest. But facing John Gray for the Rangers, we're not getting through many games in this first couple of episodes, but I want to focus on Sawinski because he has been struggling. I want to have some good at-bats with him. He flies out to left field with that one, and now he comes up in the bottom of the 6th inning. We're down 8-0 in this game, but Sawinski shows off his power, a big-time swing. That one's not coming back. That's a home run. Hopefully this swing breaks his slump, but Sawinski, already has that power from the left side of the plate, and he's going to probably just be a platoon player, but a really big bat in this lineup, especially since, the majority of the pitchers we're going to face are right-handers. But we do play the entire MLB now with the scheduling, so who knows how that will look. But we do get the loss here, 11-2, but Sawinski has been struggling. I just wanted to show him at the plate since we just did trade for him. We start out the month of April losing the first 4, and then we win 2 of 3. So we just sit here at 4-5. Not too many games we got through so far, but I wanted to focus on some players early on rather than getting through games. And I think we're off to a decent start. We have a 280 average, which is actually really good. 347 on base percentage. I want to see that a little bit higher, but these are improvements from last year. We are competing, at least so far this season. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. I appreciate the support in this series. And next episode, we will get to see our first scouting updates and get to see some highlights from the 18-year-olds we've been scouting. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.